yeah, you got to love the funk on a Friday, the Friday funk. Lots of sports coming up tonight, college football, hockey, Major League Baseball playoffs. I even have a soccer bet, the Colombian Primera. I'm a gamble guy. I'm getting over a cold. I'm feeling a little better today. Clean the house. Now I'm ready to clean house on my bets. Oh, what are you going to say? Oh, here's what we do, okay, if you haven't watched Gamble Guy Friday night. Our subscribers, 12ouncesports.com/bet, get my actual picks. I break down the games I'm going to pick on the platform. So I've already placed my bets. It's a whopper. Whoa, I tell you, it's a whopper. It's plus 652 parlay. I parlayed it. Our subscribers, they sometimes tail or fade me. Sometimes they play them as single bets. But you're watching Gamble Guy Friday night, 12 Ounce Sports. It's best to watch on YouTube. You can catch any show on X or our 24/7 TV channel, which is Dingo TV channel 217. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to break these games down. Again, you have to be a subscriber to hear who I bet, but we're going to get into it a little bit here. The first one I wanted to talk about was Florida State Duke. And I told my subscribers on the betting platform that Philly Pete joins and Greg does too with the fantasy is I fail to believe, okay? I fail to believe that Florida State went from the cusp of the playoffs last year to the worst Power 5 team in the nation. So, one of two things is happening right now. Either A, the locker room has quit on Coach Norvell, or B, they're just defeated mentally and they're trying to find a way out. This could be a good game for them to peel their way out of it. Now, I will say, full disclosure, I'm not going to tell you who I picked or what I picked. Maybe I picked the prop. I will say, full disclosure, the computer model on 12ozsports.com, if you scroll to the bottom, I'm going to do it right now and just redo it. This game's kicking off right now, but you can simulate this game, and the computer data, it takes a lot of different things and informs in its opinion on who they think they're going to win. They think Florida State's going to win by 1. The line's 2.5. Florida State's getting 2.5. So that's something to ponder right there. Another thing to ponder is when a team's down, okay, like this, and they're not playing well, the best way to kind of pick yourself back up is in the trenches. Well, that's where Florida State stunk this year, and that's where Duke excels. Duke's a really good running team. We're going to get into the numbers. Florida State's run defense against Duke's ground game is the key matchup tonight. The Seminoles rank 17th in the 17-team ACC and 109th in the big boys division against the run. They allow 182.3 yards per game, including 4.41 yards per attempt. Meanwhile, Duke is 15th in the nation in rushing, 112.8 a game. And they've gotten some big production from graduate transfer Star Thomas, who has 300-yard outings that include 166 yards in a comeback win against rival North Carolina. So if you're thinking, is this the game Florida State gets back on track? I mean, their season's over, basically. Now they're fighting for a bowl game. If this is the game to get back on track, they have a prime opportunity here. Stuff the run. Make Duke pass the ball, okay? Murphy's not that good of a passer. I mean, he's a little over 50%. He does have 14 TDs, 5 interceptions, but Duke starts their offense starts with the ground game. All right. So if Florida State's going to get off the schneid, they got to stuff the run. They got to pack the box. Just make Duke pass the ball. What do you got to lose? You're 1-5. You're 1-5. Somehow the computer model on 12 Ounce Sports seems to think Florida State's going to eke this out by 1, 27-26. Now, we'll go facts and figures in this matchup, okay? This is the first meeting between these teams since 2017. Florida State won that 17-10. That's the only game ever between these two teams that was decided by a single-digit margin. Okay, usually it's a double-digit margin. It's a 2.5-point line in Duke's favor. Duke's the home team. Usually you can give 3. I got a head itch. Sorry. Just shaved today. Woo! Usually you can give 3 to 7 points to the home team. You sway it that way. Since I don't know if Duke's really got a home field advantage. If it was basketball, I'd say yes. Florida State won last year 38-20. Obviously, Florida State's not as good as last year, especially at quarterback. Their only win this year is against Cal, but Cal almost knocked off Miami. So, I mean, what do you get from that information? And the only time Florida State scored 20 points this year was in Ireland. Oh, Ireland. And I was there soon after. Now, Florida State's coach Mike Norvell is 9-3 coming out of an open week in his head coaching career. Misread that. Duke is 11-1 in its last 12 games. With the only loss coming against Notre Dame. I'm still fighting the cold, so if I sound a little weird, that's what's going on. This is the first time Duke's opened 5-1 in consecutive seasons since 2014-2015, not that long ago. The time before that, though, was 1952-1953. So I actually should pull up where the money's going to, since, I mean, this is a betting show. Let's see the public betting information here. I'm not going to log into this app because we just need the public betting. Looks like 55% of the money's on Duke at -2.5. 57% of the bets, but it did open at 4.5. So I think a lot of bets went Duke's way. It went at 4.5. It moved down to 2.5. Things shifted a little bit. Okay, plus 2% is the differential right now after the line shifted. So that's something. I think a lot of people are anticipating a close game here between Florida State and Duke. I anticipate a close game too. Again, you have to subscribe to know what I bet on this. I'll just say I bet a parlay tonight that is juicy, juicier than a Georgia peach on a hot summer day. Oh, I'm telling you, plus 652, but you have to subscribe to know what I did. All right, that's my first bet right there. Florida State, Duke. Florida State, Duke. I placed a wager on that. The next two, the first one of the next two is going to hurt me, but we have to. It's a betting platform. We're going to cut to our sponsor real quick and come right back. 30 seconds.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
All right, we're back. Now, the next one pains me. It doesn't pain me. What pains me is my Guardians. I may have just tipped my hand there, but my Guardians pulled off the inconceivable last night. A ninth inning home run, David Fry, old French Fry. I saw a lot of parody videos with Major League because it was against the Yankees in Major League. That was funny. Sorry. Again, fighting a sinus infection. I apologize. Oh, I'm the gamble guy. This one's interesting because here's what pains me. The Guardians are bringing Gavin Williams to the mound tonight. The series is 2-1. All right. Gavin Scott Williams, was 3-10 with a 4.86 ERA on the season. He faced the Yankees one time. I'm going to pull that up. Okay. He faced the Yankees on August 22nd. Around the time the Tribe was, I still call him the Tribe, really clicking on all cylinders. He pitched 4 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, a home run, walked 4. He did strike out 5, which is interesting. That's during a period where what did he had number of pitches and strikes. He had 98 pitches, 62 strikes, walks and hits per innings pitched 1.5 that game. Not a great outing. And then meanwhile, Luis Gil is taking the mound for the Yankees tonight. He's 15-7, 3.50 ERA. So he's pitched a lot better than Williams. And I'm going to run through this and see if he's pitched against the Guardians this year. Yeah, he did. August 20th, 2 days before Williams pitched against the Yankees. Interesting here. 3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 3 hits, walked 6. He couldn't find a strike zone that day and gave up a home run. So while on paper the Yankees pitcher's better this evening, both of them have faced these teams before this year and had tough outings. So that's an interesting wrinkle there. You might want to take, you might want to get a bargain there in baseball. I'm going to pull up the line. I'm on my bookie here. The Guardians are getting 1.5 runs. They're plus 103 on the money line. What looks like on paper a pitching disadvantage for the Guardians, looking at their last outing against the teams they're facing tonight, maybe not so much. Maybe not. And I think that's the only time Gil faced the Tribe. Yeah, it is August 20th. So Williams had a tough outing August 22nd against the Yankees. Gil had a tough outing against the Guardians on August 20th, 2 days prior. So this should be interesting. This will be an exciting game. Cleveland's the home team. They need to win to even the series back up. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, looks like I'm going to refresh this. Are the Mets putting it on them? Top of 5th, the Mets lead the Dodgers right now 10-5. So there you go. But we didn't place a wager on that. Again, we're breaking down these games. We're giving you a little insight. We know the Yankees payroll is like 10 times the Guardians, but the Guardians pulled it out last night, making this series interesting. I'm not going to tell you who I'm betting on, though. You have to subscribe at 12ouncesports.com/bet to hear my bets. The cream of the crop now, to tie my parlay in, and if you're a subscriber on our subscription network, you know I love soccer, and I almost never, I knock on wood, I don't want to jinx myself, I almost never get soccer bets wrong. Okay, I'm weird like that. I'm a soccer guy. I do love soccer. I had a friend once, he hates soccer. He thinks it's the worst sport ever. And I was breaking down how beautiful the game is. And he's like, you just love sports. That's correct. I just love sports. But I do seem to get soccer bets right a lot. And the one I went to was the Colombian Primera A series, Santa Fe versus Medellin. Okay. And I know how to say Medellin because I watched, what was the show? I think it was on HBO, all the movie stars. Anyway, I digress. This is the Colombian Primera A. My cigar is falling apart on me. We don't want that. I'm going to throw that away just a second. And again, I'm Gamble Guy. This is Gamble Guy Friday night. I do the What Just Happened Thursday nights. So I look at Independent Santa Fe. Okay, they have not lost since. Now I'm talking. They've had ties. But this game here, I'm going to pull this up and see what the date was on it. Can we get a date on this thing? The Copa Colombia third round, but why does it not say the date here? August 28th. So Santa Fe has not lost since August 28th. If you look at the league table, I'm going to be correct with my verbiage. Santa Fe's in third. They have 28 total points. First place got 32. Medellin has 15 points, and they're in 17th. I think 14th or 17th place. So, Santa Fe's kind of got the hot hand here. To say they're heavy favorites, I wouldn't say they're heavy favorites. Let's go to there it is. Santa Fe is minus 118. Medellin's plus 370. The draw is plus 226. You have better odds for a draw than you do a Medellin victory. So there's the breakdown of that. Again, those are my three. Florida State, Duke. I made a wager on that via my bookie, promo code 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces. You get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. I made a wager on Florida State, Duke. I made a wager on Yankees, Guardians, and I made a wager on Santa Fe, Medellin. And then I parlayed those for fun, plus 652. Get in where you fit in, folks. Just remember, bet responsibly. Don't bet money you're not afraid to lose. That's my best advice. Don't gamble drunk, and don't gamble money away you're afraid to lose. That's all. Gamble Guy Friday night. Have a wonderful evening. Coming up, we have a pretty good volleyball match right now on our Twitch channel 1. But coming up here in just about a half hour, Illinois Wesleyan, our home team, is hosting Wisconsin Stevens Point in women's volleyball. So make sure you tune in on our YouTube channel. I'm out. Peace.